So staying with us on South Africa Tonight on the Sunday evening, back to one of the top stories we were following today. In the legal showdown this week, former President Jacob Zuma will be gearing up to take on Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo. He has accused Zondo of being biased. Earlier, constitutional expert Paul Hoffman explained how the process will unfold. So we continue our analysis now with legal expert at Dubazana Attorneys, Nthabiseng Dubazana. Nthabiseng, thanks a lot for joining us this evening. So we heard earlier on from constitutional expert Paul Hoffman regarding the process to follow. Especially when it comes to this, even affidavit that's been put forward by former President Jacob Zuma's team. From a legal perspective, what is the legal process to follow from here on?
Good evening. Thank you for having me. So right now, what the legal team of Jacob Zuma have to do is now have to prove that there are reasonable grounds that the judge will not be impartial, or rather the commission, the head of the commission, will not be impartial. Remember, this is going to be new ground. There's never been a point whereby there's a commission that is set out, and on top of that, once the commission is set out, there is an application for the chair of the commission to recuse himself. So usually it's a whole entire process in terms of the court process that indeed you have to set out reasonable grounds, as I said. Like there's case law that shows us as to how you should make this application. So for example, in F. Shakel, it would say that apprehension that the judge may be biased is not enough. So you cannot just say, Jay, that I think that that the Zondo is going to be impartial. You have to set out reasonable grounds why you say that he will not be impartial. That way he can listen to your reasons and then make a decision based on what you're saying and inform us whether or not he will be or will not be impartial in the proceedings that are going to be heard. But like I said, it's new ground. It's never been said before or questioned before whereby a head of the commission is asked to recuse himself.
Well, especially since the fact that the commission in itself exists because of former President Jacob Zuma, in which case it means if there were questions around the constitutionality and the appropriateness of even the existence of this commission of inquiry, he should never have signed it on in the first place.
Well, I don't think it's about the constitutionality of the actual commission. I think now he's now feeling that as the matter now goes forward, he's not being prejudiced against. So his right to a fair trial is now being encroached upon. So this is now where he now invokes his constitutional right to a fair trial. So now he's not saying that the commission in its entirety is unconstitutional. What he's saying is that the bias that he feels is being shown toward him is now impairing him to his right to a fair trial. Even though we're not dealing with a trial in this situation, I would say that because the commission is based in a format of, in a way whereby it's dealing with criminal matters, it will be as if now his constitutional rights to silence and freedom and a fair trial are being encroached thereupon.
I mean, Nthabiseng, we've got this stuff supporting document, right? It's a 100-page long affidavit or so. His legal team obviously is looking over it. Are we likely to see Judge Raymond Zondo recuse himself?
Well, it's a 50-50 toss at this stage. But remember, in the earlier stages when the letter was sent, he said that he's not going to recuse himself. He feels there's no reason for him to recuse himself. And then at a later stage, he then went into his personal aspects, the personal relationship that he has with Dr. Zuma, and the relationship with the sister. And I don't know why he felt the need to delve into that, because it had nothing to do per se with how he's treated the current case, because it was a well-known established fact when he was appointed as chair. But right now, we will see if when he hears the actual application, if he feels that anything else that has been said or added on tomorrow will give grounds for him to recuse himself. So right now, it's a 50-50 toss, which is
Nthabiseng, unfortunately, we're losing connection there, but we got the gist of it in terms of exactly what we can anticipate ahead of that showdown that is anticipated. It is former President Jacob Zuma, and obviously looking at the judge who's presiding over the State Capture Commission of Inquiry, that is Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, asking for him to recuse himself.